With just 6 days left until Election Day, we are getting a final look at state polling in the race for governor and U.S. Senate in Wisconsin.
The final Marquette Law School poll reveals, not surprisingly, it is essentially a dead heat.
Our Eric Franke joins us with a closer look at the numbers at the top of the ticket. Eric?
Well, Mark and Susan, there has been, some fluctuation in the numbers over the past several months, but it's never really looked like anyone was pulling away in either of these key races, and that remains the case today with margins even more narrow than they were just a month ago. Let's start in that race for governor, and this is among likely voters, with Governor Evers and Republican challenger Tim-Michels both tied at 48 apiece. The governor had a 1-point lead just a month ago. In the race for U.S. Senate, again, among likely voters, Senator Ron Johnson with a 2-point lead, 50-48 over Democratic challenger mandela-barnes. Now, that's 4 points closer than it was just a month ago among likely voters. Both races fall well within the poll's margin of error, 4.8% among likely voters. It was conducted between October 24th, so last Monday, and then through yesterday. 46% of those polled identify as Republicans, 44% identify as Democrats, and 9% say they're independent. Now, among those independents who really could be the difference makers next week, the governor leads Michels by 1 point, and in that race for Senate, Ron Johnson resonating a bit more with the independent vote, with a 7-point lead on challenger Barnes in the final days ahead of the election. And the director of the Marquette Law School poll, of course, Charles Franklin, he will join us later in the show to discuss his thoughts on this final poll before Election Day. Lots of ground for you, both of you, to cover with him. Mark and Susan.